Welcome back to my channel. The moment the arena lights softened and the roar of the crowd swelled into something deeper and more emotional, it became clear to everyone inside the building and to millions watching across the globe that this night was unlike any other. What had been promoted as another major stop on the WWE calendar slowly revealed itself as something far more significant. This was not simply a main event, not just another marquee match placed neatly into the company's long history. This was an ending. On this night at Saturday night's main event, John Cena stepped into the ring for the final time in his in-ring career, and when the last bell rang, it carried a weight that went far beyond wins and losses. The air backstage afterward was thick with a silence that only follows moments that are both triumphant and irreversible. This was the kind of silence that doesn't need explanation, the kind that tells you everyone present understands they have just witnessed something historic. People didn't rush past each other the way they normally do after a televised event. Instead, they slowed down. They stopped. They lingered in hallways, waiting patiently for a moment, any moment, to express gratitude. WWE's official coverage and reports from multiple outlets all painted the same picture. A simple backstage corridor transformed into something resembling a place of reverence, where wrestlers, referees, producers, and crew members formed an orderly line, each hoping for a chance to share a few words with one of the most influential figures the company has ever known, where we break down the angles, explore the psychology, and translate the spectacle into deeper meaning. Tonight's focus is straightforward but massive in its implications. What truly happened backstage after John Cena's final match, and what do those private, unscripted moments reveal about where WWE stands today and where it is headed next? We're going to walk through the immediate fallout from the match, the locker room interactions that followed, the much-discussed meeting between Cena and Roman Reigns, and the emotional undercurrents that never fully make it onto highlight reels. This isn't just about looking back with nostalgia. This is about transition, leadership, and the passing of responsibility from one era to another. John Cena's final televised match was crafted with care and intention. Standing across from him was Gunther, the tournament winner who had earned his position through dominance and consistency, and who carried the trust of a fan base eager to see a meaningful passing of the torch moment. Cena approached the match with the precision of a seasoned veteran and the vulnerability of someone aware that this chapter was closing. Every movement felt deliberate. Every pause carried emotion. The physicality was undeniable, the crowd reactions were raw and unfiltered, and when the final bell rang, it felt less like the end of a match and more like a full stop at the end of a sentence that had been building for decades. Coverage from respected outlets and WWE's own post-show material framed the bout as both an instant classic and a carefully planned moment of legacy transfer. The outcome served a dual purpose, elevating Gunther while giving Cena a send-off rooted in respect and credibility. Those narrative choices mattered because they established the emotional tone for everything that followed backstage. Gratitude, exhaustion, reflection, and genuine human connection took center stage. Almost immediately after the broadcast ended, the backstage environment shifted. Journalists on site and wrestling news sources described between 30 and 40 individuals forming a line that stretched through the corridor where Cena was conducting interviews and brief farewells. This wasn't chaotic or noisy. It was calm, patient, and almost ceremonial. Wrestlers who normally only interact as rivals shared long embraces. Quiet conversations replaced loud banter. Many struggled to maintain composure as they spoke. For a lot of them, this was their only opportunity to speak privately with a man whose career had directly or indirectly shaped their own paths. The images and eyewitness accounts made it clear that Cena's retirement was being treated as a cultural milestone within WWE, not just the conclusion of a storyline. One of the most talked-about moments from the post-show scene was the interaction between John Cena and Roman Reigns. WWE's highlight clips and reports from multiple news outlets documented the exchange. Roman approached, words were shared, and emotions were visible. Other talents stood nearby, some watching intently, others respectfully giving space. This was not a segment designed for television. It felt unfiltered and real. Both men occupy unique positions in WWE's history and present. Cena stands as a living legend and global ambassador, someone whose influence transcended the ring. Roman stands as the current standard-bearer, the face of the company in a complex era defined by long-term storytelling and divided audience reactions. Their interaction carried the symbolism of acknowledgement between eras. The visual alone was powerful, but what made it resonate was how restrained it was. WWE later released official footage showing a larger gathering that included Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, CM Punk, Triple H, and others, all coming together to honor Cena's contributions. The gravity of the night was unmistakable. Emotion at this scale often reveals itself in small, unguarded details. Reporters noted trembling hands, voices that cracked mid-sentence, and tears that weren't wiped away quickly enough. Cena himself was described as gracious and visibly drained, speaking with quiet reflection as he acknowledged both the length of his career and the overwhelming support he felt. Younger performers, many of whom grew up watching him, spoke about inspiration and mentorship, about how Cena's work ethic set a standard for professionalism that they still try to live up to. Even wrestlers known for carefully guarded public personas were visibly moved when standing face-to-face with him. These are the moments that often disappear beneath production lights and scripted narratives, but on this night, they became the story. Roman Reigns' presence in that backstage environment mattered on multiple levels. Practically, he remains WWE's central figure, someone whose reactions carry weight and set a tone. Symbolically, Roman represents both continuity and unresolved tension within the company. Continuity, because he occupies the main event space, once held by legends before him. Tension, because his run has been polarizing for segments of the audience. Seeing Roman approach Cena felt, to many viewers, like a moment of reconciliation between eras. His body language was calm and respectful, not exaggerated or performative. That authenticity is why the clip resonated so strongly. Fans recognized a genuine exchange between two generational leaders rather than a manufactured spectacle. Wrestling locker rooms operate on their own unwritten codes, traditions, and rituals that forge bonds over time. In the minutes following Cena's match, those rituals shifted into a collective farewell. Veteran talents lingered protectively. Peers shared private jokes that took on a softer tone. Rookies listened attentively, almost as if attending a final lecture. Sources indicated that some performers simply wanted to say thank you, while others shared personal stories, offered small gifts, or asked for advice they would carry forward. They're the social glue that maintains locker room unity over the long term. On this night, that unity was on full display. When Cena moved into interview setups, his words were carefully chosen. He thanked the fans, acknowledged his peers, and framed the night as a culmination rather than a goodbye in the strictest sense. Several outlets quoted his backstage remarks, where he emphasized gratitude, mentorship, and the importance of elevating his opponent. Those choices mattered. They shifted the narrative away from personal drama and toward a legacy built on stewardship and respect. Cena made it clear through his language that he wanted the focus to be on continuity, not absence. The range of people who publicly and privately acknowledged Cena underscored the magnitude of the moment. WWE's official footage captured tributes from Roman Reigns, Triple H, Brock Lesnar, and others, presenting a wide spectrum of talent unified in respect. Social media filled with posts from colleagues sharing memories and gratitude. Veteran voices in wrestling media highlighted the culture.